Yo, what's up, you guys? This is your boy Mad Scientist, and let me not do that. But remember when you were a kid, did your mom ever tell you don't put your elbows on the table? Still a habit. Anyway, it's your boy Mad Scientist, and I'm here another week for just talking music, streaming live, and at the same time, coming to you via Power 97.5 LA Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock every week. Bring you a little bit of information that you may find helpful in your development of your career in the music industry. We're going to go into a series. We were in a series prior talking about the role of AI in music production. Okay. And so if you haven't seen that series, you can go to the YouTube channel, Mad Scientist, the Mad Scientist YouTube channel. And then it's a four-part series. You can go ahead and look at those series. And I discuss the role of AI in my particular production. Okay. So it may not be something that everyone is doing. It may not be something that is industry standard. I don't think it's ever going to be a situation where people admit, but I'll be the first. I will admit that at this point in time in my career, I am using um, artificial intelligence. And I can tell you that I turned in a production with MC Johnny T and Busta Rhymes where I use artificial intelligence in order to produce that record. And the record sounds amazing. Okay. I know I made it and I'm going to pump it up. And I'm going to say to you, yes, I'm going to pump it up because it's amazing. And I made it. Okay. I produced it. So it was very helpful. What it did for me in particular is it streamlined the process, gave me a lot of confidence in terms of a lot of the equalization and um, the compression. As I talked about in that series, yeah, it's one thing to be able to know how to do the settings of an EQ or the settings of a compressor, but then there's another dynamic where you have to hear it. And so, what AI allowed me to do was to get some assistance on the hearing part. Because, as I tell everyone, I'm an active resident DJ, and so what that means is that these ears and these eyes are made for DJing. Now, before I get into the meat of this new um, this new set of I'm gonna say, do I say videos or the discussion? This new set of discussion. Okay, let me go ahead and do the intro. Okay. Hey, what's up? This your boy Mad Scientist on the all new Power 97.5 LA. Today we are just talking music, where we bring you the vital information about music production, promotion, and distribution every week right here on the Odyssey Radio app. Okay. Always got to do that. It's at the intro. Yeah, that's our, for those who don't know, I'm also a radio host every day, Monday through Friday. You see that in the banner of the Midday Madness show on Power 97.5 LA. And that's Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So during that show, I'm just a radio host. I'm not really talking a lot of stuff. We talk about hot topics. If something comes up, well, I will present to you hot topics, which is current events, right? So right now we're talking about the LA fires, the Super Bowl, my predictions on the Super Bowl, my predictions on what songs Kendrick Lamar is going to perform at the Super Bowl, right? And you know what? Let me go ahead and give you guys that information. Hold on. I'm actually I have the list still. I believe so. I better have the list. I better have my list. Do I not have my list? Ah, think I erased it already. Um, okay, hold on. Let me go to my Twitter because I posted it on Twitter. I posted it on Twitter. So let me go to my Twitter account and let me see profile. Okay. All right, did find it. Okay. Let me do this. Let me share it so you can see that I actually did post this. By the way, you can follow me on Twitter too. Share screen. All right, Twitter. All right, turn off the sound for Twitter. All right, so as you see right here, this is X, formerly Twitter, and I did um, post this. I may do an exercise where I promote it. I want to see how that goes. It'll be in line what I with what I'm talking about today, which is online promotion. I haven't done promotion on X, but I may think about doing it this weekend because I do have a list of songs that I think that Kendrick is going to perform, and and at the same time, it is relevant to what's going on the Super Bowl. So I may right. I think I may promote it next week. So that would be um next Saturday and Sunday. Promote it and see how it works out. You never know. But my list is, and this is in order I think that he's going to perform it. Okay. He's gonna start off with Hey Now. He's gonna go into Mad City. And if you know anything about Kendrick, you know that Mad City goes hard. Okay. And then he's gonna go into TV off after that. Then after TV off and everybody's mustard, I believe that he's gonna come in with Luther because it's a SZA, because him and SZA are performing together. So obviously a medley or a duet with them, with those two, with a duet with SZA would go perfectly well. And I think that he would do something, that's current. So that would be Luther, because that's the one, that's the money one, that's the radio one. All right. And then now SZA has to perform. So I think she's going to go into All the Stars because it's same kind of tempo, same kind of vibe. Then she's going to go into 30 for 30. I put 30 for 30 on here, and I have to stick with that because that's what I said. But I actually changed my mind. I actually said she's going to do the next one would be Snooze. I did change my mind on that, but I don't want to change my mind officially because, well, once you put it out there, it's out there, right? So this is what I put. So then I put SZA song number 2, which I couldn't think of the name of the song, but it was Snooze. Okay. So I put Snooze there. But if you think about it, it would make more sense for her to go Snooze and then 30 for 30, right? And then because 30 for 30 is a duet with her and Kendrick. Okay. After do after 30 for 30, then they were going to King Kunta, right? And then after King Kunta, you can go into Squabble Up. Now I put this order as a DJ, like I ordered it as if I were DJing that set, and that's what sounds good to me, right? But um, we'll see. That's my prediction. Okay. I also added one more song. What was the name of the song that I added? Oh, I can't think of the name of the song that I added because there was a somebody I follow. His name is Markman. Rob Markman. You can follow him on Twitter. But he said that typically there's 11 songs per set at the Super Bowl. And so obviously I have 10 because TV off is 2 songs. So I said, well, if I had to add one more, Oh, I added damn, not damn. Be humble. That's the one I added. My left stroke just went viral. Okay, I added that one, and I added it before King Kunta, after, but after 30 for 30. Okay, but again, this is my official list. I have to go with it. It's because once you say it, you say it. You can't start changing your mind or going back and be like, I'm gonna edit it. I could have edited it before I did the put it on Twitter, but I put it on Twitter, so I'm gonna stick with what I have. Okay. But that's what I think. And so just to rehash it again, for those on the radio, I feel that Kendrick is going to start off with Hey Now, then going to Mad City. The third song would be TV Off. The third and fourth song would be TV Off. Fifth song would be Luther. Sixth song would be All the Stars, with him and SZA. The next song would be 30 for 30, even though I think it's going to be, not going to be that. The seventh song is going to be Snooze, or the eighth song is Snooze. Ninth song is King Kuta. 10th song is Squabble Up. Okay. Hopefully that's not confusing. Okay. But that's my prediction. And if you go to my YouTube page, I have my prediction. It's up there, and I'm going to stick with it because I'm a man of my word. Okay. So that is that. Okay. So we talked about, so yeah, on my radio station, that's what I talk about, things like that. Okay. And I play a lot of music. I play way more music than I talk. Okay. But I do talk. And there are times where we'll have issues that come up that I want to discuss, and we'll discuss that too. So um, feel comfortable going to the radio show, Power 97.5 LA. Okay. Every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Okay. Come. And then I even do in the mornings at 11 a.m. I do an early morning roll call. So if you want me to shout you out on a radio station, I will shout you out. Okay. And you can hear your name on the radio. Okay. And if you're an artist, you always want to hear your name on the radio. Okay. Also, Power 97 does offer interviews for independent artists. So if you are an independent artist and you want to conduct an interview, get interview with me or any other host, you can always go to the website power975la.com. Once again, that's power975la.com. Okay. And you can order yourself an interview. Okay. You can always contact me directly as well, however you find me, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram, at the Mad Science, at sign the Mad Science. That's DAMADD Science. Okay, find me. If you go to my YouTube channel, if you're seeing this as a YouTube, then you can go to my you can go to my profile and get all my information. Okay, but just contact me and we can also set that up. Okay, or you can go directly to the radio station, set up an interview. That way you can promote your music. Later on, after we get past this series, we're going to get back into traditional ways of promoting your music, and one of them being radio. Okay. And we'll talk about how that can be done, how that can be accomplished, and why you would do it, especially now, because most people think that radio is dead, and it's not. It's just transforming. That's all. It's just like someone saying that music was dead because we didn't use CDs anymore. Like, yeah, we didn't use CDs anymore, but music didn't die. We just figured out a new way of listening to music, which was an app. Okay. Radio's not gonna die. It's just we're going to figure out a new way to listen to radio, which is on an app. All right. So that said, I know it's like Lips feel dry, crackly. All right. So now let's get into the heart of the matter. We're talking about online promotion. We're talking about promotion first and foremost. Okay. And whenever you know, each week I tell people, listen, I am not the how-to guy. Although this, we're gonna do some how-to in this one. Okay. But I'm not the how-to guy. I am more the why. Why am I doing it? Why am I? What's the practical application? Because I believe that there's a lot of YouTubers and streamers out there who are providing you with content on the how to. And to be honest, a lot of the how to you can read that in the book. Okay. You could go online and read it. Okay. But then when you start using practical application, it becomes totally different. You're like, wow, okay, so how do I even take what I learned in a book and then apply it in real life? And so that's my direction when I'm having these discussions with you, whether it's on YouTube or radio. I'm having a discussion as to how are you going to use this information that you read about? Okay. How are you going to actually implement a strategy so that it is successful? Okay. And here's the great thing, you don't have to enroll into a class. Okay. There's a lot of people who say, the trick on YouTube is just give you the book knowledge and then say, hey, if you want the why and the perspective, well, you got to enroll in the class, right? Fortunately for you guys, I don't want to be a teacher. Okay. So I just said, you know what? I'll give them the why. I don't want to be a teacher. I'll just give you guys the why and the why that I'm telling you is stuff that I'm doing for myself. Okay. So I'm an active DJ resident. I'm an active artist. I'm an active producer. So I'm just like you, and I'm giving you the perspective of myself and how I'm doing it and how I'm being successful at it. And then you can decide, okay, and I don't like it. Or you can decide, you know what? It actually works. Because I do realize there's a lot of different ways to implement these strategies. And the way that I do it works for me, but I'm not saying it won't work for you, but you may have a different perspective, a different idea. And so now what we're doing is instead of it being a teacher student relationship, it's more of a fellowship. We are coming together in fellowship and saying, what works for you? Okay, well, this is what works for me. And then we exchange ideas. We're not exchanging, you know, money, right? And services or money and product. We're exchanging ideas. And for me, especially because, my community is called music scholars, right? We're the scholars, mad scientist scholars, right? When you're dealing with scholarship, you're exchanging ideas. And that's to me way more valuable than exchanging money for services or money for product. Not that I don't like it. I am a DJ. So I like my money for my services. And I do sell t-shirts. So I like my money for my product. Okay. But in this case, for the radio station and for the YouTube channel, I'm providing this more as an exchange of ideas. Okay. All right. So we're talking about online promotion. And today, what I'm going to do is give you a general overview. And then over the next 3 weeks after this, we're going to talk specifically about TikTok, specifically about YouTube, and specifically about Facebook. And I may give you a bonus because I'm going to try out the the X promotion. I'm gonna see what I get from it. Okay. Now, the whole key in the overview of promotion is knowing, what do I get out of it? What am I getting out of this? I'm gonna pay for a service. What am I really paying for? Am I paying for a platform to just throw me out there? We don't want that. Is that what you want? Just to be thrown out there, and you want Facebook to say, "Hey, mad scientists exist." Okay. What is it that you really want? And so what I've had to do was figure out with each platform, what can they give me? So I know what to expect. I know, number one, what to expect. Number two, I know what kind of content to place to create for the promotion campaign. Okay. And I know what the result is going to be. Okay. So then I can say, okay, this is what I want. This is how I'm going to use it to promote. And this is the results that I expect. And if I don't get those results, or if I get a lot of the results, then I know how to tweak it. I, I'll push it more. If I don't get the results I'm looking for, then I will change it up and maybe tweak it a little bit. Or I may say, I'm not going to get that from this, platform. Okay. Because you can promote on all three of those platforms, but if you have the wrong expectation, then more than likely you're not going to get what you want. Okay. So that's the overall understanding that you have is that you have to know what it is that you want. And then you have to know what each platform will be able to provide for you. Now, it may not be the platform itself, it may be more of the common practices of the people on the platform. Okay. Um, for example, I tell a lot of people in DJ, resident DJ, I don't really promote resident DJ on Facebook. Why? Because Facebook has is mostly a demographic of people who are pretty much 30 and over. Okay. And once you hit 30, you going out every weekend, unless you're doing it professionally, maybe you're a waitress, maybe you're a bartender, you're a DJ like myself, a photographer. Unless you're one of those professionals, you're not. I mean, you have a life. You may have kids. You may have a marriage that will not allow you to just go out every weekend. You'll start going out, in college, you'll go out every weekend. Once you hit 21, you go out every weekend, or 18, right? You go out every weekend. But as you get older, it's like, hey, and you get more responsibilities. You might have a job. I can't go out every Friday because Saturday morning I got to get up and go to work. Okay. I can't go out every week because I got kids. I gotta like go to baseball games, go to basketball games. Okay. Um, you know, I can't go out Saturday because I go to church, you know, on Sunday. And that's the profile of somebody who's 30 and over. Okay. Now 18 to 25, I mean, you might have grew up in church, but you ain't going. Okay. Um, you might have kids, it's a possibility, you know. That's a strong possibility. Are you married 18 to 25? It's a possibility people are, but more likely they're not. Okay. So they're more likely to go out because they want to socialize with their friends. They have nothing to do. They don't want to be sitting at home, watching YouTube videos on a weekend. Like, who wants to do that, right? All right. So that's why, you have to know the demographic of each of the platforms, and you have to know their practices. So the platform itself may promise, man, you could do this, and they'll have the nice shiny videos and telling you how to do it. And yeah, you could have this kind of promotional campaign going on. And I know with Facebook, we'll have AI do it for you. Like, we'll have these kind of results and that kind of results, but you got to know that they're selling. Okay. They want you to spend your money. Okay. So of course they're going to promise you all this stuff. But thank God you have mad scientists to tell you the practical application. That way, save you some money, save you some time, save you some energy. Right. So I don't do my parties on now. Here's a twist. I will sell tickets to the parties on Facebook. Yes. What? Yes. So when we go over each of the platforms individually, that's the how-to part that I have to get into. I have to a large part of it is tagging, hashtagging, okay? And we'll get into how to find your hashtags, how to catalog your hashtags, how I do it. Very simple. Microsoft Word. That way, it's like you start to catalog your hashtags. You can't just post things up and say, okay, people are going to find it because that's not the nature of people, right? Now, TikTok will tell you, oh, yeah, just just post it and put it on the For You page, right? That's not how people typically say, I want to go out. Hmm, TikTok is the new Google because I want to see how it really is, right? And and so I'll, you know, I will the person will not just go and type in For You page and say, I want to go to a club somewhere and expect that club to just come up. Okay. It's waiting for a search. They, the people on TikTok are going to do something. Okay. What are they going to do? They're going to type in a search. And so you've got to be able to catalog these searches so that um, you'll come up, when people type in a search. Okay. You'll come up. Okay. And then with YouTube, yeah, you could post stuff on YouTube all day and you'll find that the view count is very small. I found that. I'm not going to show you some overinflated view count. I'm actually going to show you. In fact, I'll show it to you right now. Let's go to share screen, and we're going to go to my YouTube page. Okay, so here's my YouTube page. Now, my view counts are low. Okay, the four that you're seeing, you see 633 views, 39 views, 531 views, 40 views, right? Okay, so just posting stuff and having it um, tagged, having it titled, and you could be talking about, look, I'm talking about Drake and DJ Academics, right? You could easily talk about that stuff. You could easily title it. You could put a nice little thumbnail on it. Okay, the thumbnail looks great. Everything is great. But then you have to ask yourself, how do I get more views? Because there's a sea of people talking about the same things. There's a sea of people offering the same information. And now, if you're doing music, yeah, what's going to make people come listen to your actual music? Okay. And so, what I'm going to explain to you when we go over YouTube is yes, technically, you could just uh, pay YouTube $100 and say, hey, send this video all over the place, right? And I'll actually show you my promotion and how much money I spent. Okay, I recently spent some money on some promotion. Okay, so I'll actually show you like how much I spent, and when you'll see the results, right? And I learned something from that. Okay, it's not about just having the information. It's not about just having the title, the tags, and the thumbnail. Okay, those things are important. Yes, they are important, but it goes beyond that. And so I'll show you what the beyond is. Okay, so make sure you stay tuned every week right here, Power 97.5 LA. Okay, because I'm going to actually go through, what you have to do in order to get the attention that you're looking for when you start promoting on these platforms. And then just understand when it comes down to music, most people, when they want to find new music, they go to YouTube. Okay. They go to YouTube um, to find it. But how do they consume the music? That's the question. Okay. If I just want to hear one song, right? Then if I'm looking for one song, like Bruno Mars came out with a song, a new song with Sexy Red. Okay. We premiered it on my show. Okay. The Midday Madness show on Power 97.5 LA. All right. I think it's Fat, Juicy, and Wet, right? I'm just asking respectfully if you need. um, no, I got a comment, and I was reading the comment, and okay, okay. Thank you for that comment. Hey, much respect, brother. All right, so now you guys are like, "What are you saying?" It's like it's not that. It's he's like hitting me up, like, "Yo, what's up? You can use my services." Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, now, it's not a bad idea that he did that. By the way, um, I appreciate you asking. Now, um, so yeah, when I wanted to go look for it, because I heard that Bruno Mars and Sexy Red, they were dropping a song, Fat, Juicy, and Wet. Wanted to go look for it. Um, it was not really out yet. So, it's not on Spotify. I don't think it's on Spotify. I'd have to like check to see. So if I'm wrong, then you can let me know I'm wrong. But I don't think it's on Spotify yet. So that means I gotta either go look on Twitter, now X, or I look on YouTube. Okay. So that's how I find the new music that I'm looking for, right? And then because we're artists, they're not looking for mad scientists yet. I mean, one day, but not today. All right. So they're not looking for mad scientists yet. Um, so I gotta ask myself, since they're not looking for me, um, how do I get them to listen to me? And that's what we're gonna discuss because like I said, I did three different promotions and with YouTube, and I found results for my hot takes that I do. I do hot takes every day. I post them. I found the results for um, my lives, these that I do every week, and I found the results for my mixes. Now that just gives you a little hint. Which one do you fit in? Okay, and I would say all three because you can find someone like me that does hot takes, and the hot takes is the new review. So I can review your music, or anybody can review. Just anybody can review your music, right? And that way, and then you get the review, and you're able to like promote it out, right? Mad Scientist reviews, hot, sexy, and wet, right? And because it's a song that people already know, and also there's me, people know me. I'm on the radio, and they know my channel. You see how this goes, right? The lives that if I'm talking about certain subjects and we can talk about certain subjects, right? We could talk about it, interviews, okay? Or in a mix. Mad Scientist has a mix. So those are the type of things that we'll talk about in order to promote yourself, okay? And none of this, the one thing I want you guys to understand is none of this stuff is unusual. None of this stuff is, what would Drake do? Drake does these same things. Okay. People in the music industry, they use these same tactics. The difference between people that are signed to a major label and people that are independent like ourselves is usually our lack of understanding how to use the tools. Like when I first got into music production, um, someone told me, and I didn't know what that person meant, but they said, it sounds like you have like a lot of equipment, but you don't know how to use it. And I was like, what do you mean? I know how to use my equipment, right? What I didn't realize is they weren't talking about the technical usage of the equipment. What they were talking about is the practical application. There's a there's a big difference. In hip hop, which is what I do, a lot of the things that we do in hip hop production, it's not in the manual, right? Like the original samplers, let's just take the original samplers, they were not meant to do what we make a sampler do. What a sampler was supposed to do was to digitize analog instruments. That's why they made samplers, so that you could sample a real piano and then have a digital version of the real piano, right? So you sample it and then you have like a digital version of that piano sound, right? That was the point of a sampler. No one sat there and said, you could probably take a record, chop it up, speed it up, or slow it down, and then put format it into a song and then have somebody rap on top of it. In fact, the original drum machine was a toy. Roland 808, it was a toy meant for kids. And those kids said, I could rap on top of it. I could take the turntables that I'm using that were made to just play one record, but I got two records playing at the same time, blending, and one of them I'm scratching, chip, 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 and have also have the toy 808 machine going. No one envisioned that it would become a $1 billion industry from toys and record players and parties. That's what hip hop was. Playing with toys at parties with your friends. You gotta think it's funny. I think it's hilarious. So I say that to say that yeah, like I have a lot of equipment and I think a lot of people have a lot of plugins, a lot of apps, a lot of equipment, but they don't know how to use it. And I think that's the issue. And so that's what I'm helping you learn to do is how to use the equipment that you have. And in this case, in this series, we're going to talk about the equipment that we're talking about is the social media sites, how to use them so that you can get the results that you're looking for. And so that's what we're going to discuss over the next 4 weeks. Okay. Um, and so I'm hoping that you stick with us, and I'm hoping that you go with it. Like I said, we're going to discuss TikTok. And you know what? Let me do this. I'm going to share so you guys can get an idea as I'm talking about it. The ones that have me on live, you guys can see it. The ones that have me on radio, I'm so used to talking on the radio. That's why it's like a lot of times I'm like, I have to always remind myself. But at the same time, I'm looking at myself on the camera, not to remind myself that I'm like talking to people on the radio. So sometimes it's like I talk on the radio, talk on live at the same time. So I have to keep that in mind. So let me share my screen for those who are that have me online. Okay, so what you're seeing right here is my on my ad campaigns. And so we'll go over the different types of ad campaigns, and this is Facebook. And the amount of reach, the amount of impressions you can get on Facebook is incredible. Okay. But you have to understand how to use it, because the usage culture, or how people use Facebook, is totally different than all the other sites. And Facebook also includes Instagram. Okay. That also includes Instagram. So it's Facebook, Instagram, same company. Um, Let me go here, share this tab. Okay, so this is my TikTok. And so as you guys see on my TikTok page, and for radio people, my TikTok is DJ Mad Scientist. That's DJ and then MADD Scientist. Okay. Um, for all of my social media, if you put in the Mad MADD Science, then you'll find me. Okay. Or you can go to my website, madscientistmusic.com, has all of my information. Okay. But for those who are watching me on YouTube, you can see that there's an array of videos, right, that I post. And this is all intentional. Okay. This is all I know exactly what I'm doing, and there's a reason why I do all of it. And there's a reason why I'll have 2,866 views, or 3,333 views, as opposed to like a video with 42 views. Okay. Um, at the same time, there's a reason why I'll have a video with me talking, just talking to people there, as opposed to a lot of parties. I even have a video with my merch, but most of what I have is parties, 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 right? Because these are my events. And on TikTok, that's what they're looking for. Okay. Yes, people do go there for shopping as well. Um, but the way I use it, that is, again, we have the practical application, right? The way I use it is to promote my events. And I'll actually go into the detail of how to promote your events, okay, on TikTok. Okay. And that is the how to part, but it's the understanding the why. I'll also explain to you why. Okay. And then with YouTube, share this tab instead. Um, what I have on here is Midday Madness mini pods. Um, I also have the Hip Hop Scholars, which are the live, just talking music that you see here, that you hear or you see every week. And I also have mixes. Okay. I also have mixes. And I also have original music. Okay. So I'll go into, what my experimentation was, and what the results were, and how I currently have 475 subscribers. Okay. But when I started my experimentation, I only had 60. Okay. So I was able to get 60 just off of no experience, 60 subscribers. So that's just, and also what it tells you is, yeah, I'm actually going through this. Like, I'm actually taking my own advice. I'm actually having, I'm just like you. I'm not selling something. I have no interest in selling you a course. You're not going to hear me sell you a course. So that's another reason why, you can kind of trust me. you know, um, you can kind of come on in to the community. We're a community of scholars. Like I said, we exchange information. We're not exchanging dollars for services. Okay. But on my YouTube channel, I have been able to, raise the amount of subscribers from 60, which I just got on haphazard accident. And if you're one of those 60 that, like, especially if you're the first one, I appreciate you so much because I was just out here wilding, right? And you decided, hey, you know what? He's all right. We like him. And that's cool. I appreciate that. So, but now I have more of a technique. So the people who are coming in now are based on a technique that I am implementing, the promotion that I'm implementing. And I know what to expect from these people because they have told me. They told me, like, hey, this is what we want from you, mad scientist. Okay. You give us more of that, then you're good. You give us less of that, then I don't know. I'm gonna turn you off. So I've said, okay, I'm gonna give you more of that. Okay. So so that's really when it comes down to promotion, that's really what it comes down to. Okay, is understanding and let me really, really push this point. This is the most important thing. Okay. You'll hear a lot of people, especially now, a lot of Drake fans, right? They'll say, man, do you know what Drake has put me through? Like how many breakups I've been through, and Drake has been there for me. You know, me discovering hip hop, and Drake was there. They felt like Drake provided them something. Okay. It wasn't just Drake said, hey, I have good music. Come listen to my good music. And I feel that that's what a lot of artists, a lot of us do. We feel like me, I feel like I'm a really great DJ. Okay. But what am I doing for the people who are listening to me DJ? What am I doing for them? What's the purpose? What is my purpose in their life? If I can't answer that, then people are not going to want to consume me, not going to buy anything from me because I'm not providing any purpose. I'm not giving them any reason to say, I need mad scientists. And so when you're doing your promotion and also your production, but we're talking about promotion right now. When you're doing your promotion, you have to think in your head, what do people want from me? What do they want? And what can I provide them other than I write and produce and sing or rap good music? Okay. So when we're looking at these apps, what we're doing are these social media sites. What we're doing is we're saying, okay, what can I provide to the people that need to consume me? I'm a resident DJ. Hmm. There's a bunch of people out there who want to go and party. Where they're gonna go to find out where to party? TikTok. That's where they're gonna go. And so that's how you want to think about it. Okay. It's not that TikTok is some great app. It is a great app. It is a great social media app. But more importantly, that's where people go when they want to find out what to do. Okay. And so that's where you're gonna go. Okay. Um, I want to sell something. Where are people more likely to go online and go online and buy something? Well, from my experience, they're more likely to go to YouTube. I'm sorry, not YouTube, Instagram or Facebook. Okay. Now the question is, what is my how did my shirt serve them? How did my t-shirt serve them? just having a T-shirt that says Mad Scientist. What does that mean? So I have to think through that to say, okay, what is it doing? Why? Why does somebody need a Mad Scientist T-shirt? Okay, and then the same thing with the information on YouTube. Okay, why? Why? Why do they need it? Why would Because if you figure that out, then you'll know why they'll come back. And you're just providing them that. And then you use the promotional to find more customers that need that same thing. Okay. It's the old adage, you build a mousetrap, you build a better mousetrap, customers will come. Okay. So that being said, stick with me for the next 4 weeks. Okay. Um, and we're going to go over these social media platforms, how to use them. And yes, for those who are with me all the time, I always say I don't like doing how to, but the why. But in this case, I got to do a little how to because, well, just got to do it. I guess I'm living and I'm learning. Can't totally get away from the how to, right? I'm not against the how to per se. It's just the fact of, it's that market is so oversaturated. I don't want to be another one of the thousands and thousands of how to's, right? I want you to come to me because of the why. So after you go to the how to, come back to me and figure out the practical application. In any classroom, you have a lecture and then you have a lab. I'm the lab guy, right? I'm the lab instructor. Those other people can be lecturers. I'm going to be the lab instructor. And so that's what we're going to continue to do. I appreciate everybody who comes out, every week to listen to me lab instruct. I don't want to call it lecture, but lab instruct. And yeah, it's a little less entertaining than my radio show, but I feel like if you're here on the Just Talking Music, or if you're here on my YouTube channel streaming, or my Twitch, or my Facebook, then you're here for more than just the entertaining. I mean, I am very entertaining, uh, but I kind of feel like you want a little bit more, and that's what I'm trying to provide for you and the community. It's the little bit more. For those who have found me online, YouTube or Facebook, or well, I think it's just Facebook or YouTube, not Twitch. Twitch doesn't keep these, but YouTube and Facebook. You can always go to my back catalog. I know how to tag it. I know how to title it. I know how to thumbnail it. So you can go look at all the other stuff that I've talked about. I've talked about production. I've talked about how to create songs. You know, I've talked about a lot of things um, let me see. I talked about the Kendrick and Drake beef. I'm just going through my list. Um, yeah, how to create the songs, how to market. So, and then we talked about the Isotope series. That's a really great series. Just completed that. The AI. So go ahead and go back, look at those, enjoy those videos, have a good time, give me some more views. And I will see you guys next week. You'll hear from me next week. And for those who are listening on the radio, Midday Madness Show every day, Power 97.5 LA, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Okay. And you can find us on iHeart Radio app, Odyssey Radio app, or you can find us on the website, power975la.com. Once again, that's power975la.com. Okay. I think I have a couple more seconds. Let me have a couple more seconds of your time. Just a couple things I want to let you guys know about. A couple promotions that we're doing with the radio station. Power 97.5 LA Radio is proud to announce its partnership with key sponsors and advertisers to support families impacted by the devastating fires in Pasadena and Altadena. The station has launched an initiative to provide 50 temporary Amazon tiny homes for families who have lost their homes in a disaster. Okay. The Tiny Home Project aims to provide safe temporary housing for fire victims within their own neighborhoods, offering them a chance to rebuild their lives in a community they once called home. With the help of local sponsors and the community, Power 97.5 LA Radio is working to ensure these families receive the support and resources they need to get back on their feet. Okay, to stay updated on this initiative and learn how you can support, please visit the website www.power975la.com. Once again, that's www.power975la.com. Okay, so for all those people that are watching this that are not in the state of California, you guys may have heard about the fires that are happening. So the radio station is, um, doing our part to help those families that are affected in the Pasadena and Altadena area. So please feel free, go to the website, power975la.com, and click the link so you can find out how you can contribute, how you can help. And contribute is not always money, sometimes it's volunteer. But what we're trying to do is really help those families stay in their community by providing them tiny homes. Okay. These are Amazon tiny homes. A lot of people know about it. And that way they can stay in their community, okay, while their houses are being rebuilt. Okay. It's a great idea. Okay. And Power 97.5 LA is working hard to make that a reality. Okay. I think we're done. I think we're done. Thank you very much for everybody that's on the radio. Thank you, everybody who's watching me streaming. I appreciate it. And I will see you next week. This is your boy, Mad Scientist. And this is Just Talking Music.